Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the state project number 48200 virtual public information meeting. Our project is the replacement of bridge number 5585, Interstate 91 over Grape Brook in the town of Enfield. Tonight, we're going to have a short presentation, and after a presentation, we're going to have a question and answer session where you can submit your questions or comments. A recording of this presentation will be posted after the live event on YouTube. Closed captioning, including non-English translations options, will be available at that time. So how you can get a hold of us? By email at dotproject48-200@ct.gov, by phone number at 860-594-2020. You can leave a voicemail, and please reference the project number, which is 48-200, and leave us your contact information as well. You can do it as well by the chat option here at Zoom, which I'm going to go over on the next slide. And you can visit our project webpage at portal.ct.gov/DOT Enfield 48-200 for additional project information as well as our contact information. I want to mention as well that the coming period for this project is open through October 10, 2023. The Zoom question and answer session, it's only available during this meeting. And how to use the Zoom Q&A. You should have a Q&A icon. It should be at the bottom of your screen. If for some reason it's not at the bottom, it should be within the window for Zoom. And once you click that icon, you'll be able to see a similar window to the one that we have here at the bottom right. And in that window at the bottom, it should say, type your question here. You should be able to type your questions or comments there, and they'll get to us that way as well. If you are an audio-only participant, dial *9 to raise and lower your hand. The project team. So from the Connecticut DOT, we have Bart Sweeney. Bart is the Division Chief of Bridges. We have Derek Lazard. Derek is the consultant, is from Consultant Bridge Design, Consultant Liaison Engineering Program. He is the principal engineer for a group. My supervisor, Al Garcia, under the same program, and myself, Leslie Ruiz, I am a project engineer. BL Companies is our consultant liaison engineer. From BL, we have, Jennifer Usher. Jennifer is a program manager for BL Companies. We have as well Dave Shishia. He is a principal engineer. We also have Daniel Pinto. He is a liaison engineer, and Michael Woods is a bridge engineer, and you hear from them later on in the presentation. We also, for the designer for this project or design consultant is ADC's our associates. So Title VI, notice to the public. The Connecticut Department of Transportation operates its programs and services without regard to race, color, and national origin, in accordance with Title VI of the Civil Rights Act. Any person who believes she or he has been aggrieved by any unlawful discrimination practice under Title VI may file a complaint with the Connecticut DOT. For more information on the Connecticut DOT's Civil Rights Program and the procedures to file a complaint, contact the Connecticut DOT Title VI Coordinator at 860-594-2169. TRS 711, Deborah.Goss@ct.gov, or visit our administrative office at 2800 Burlington Pike, Newington, Connecticut 06131. For more information, visit www.ct.gov/DOT. A complainant may file a complaint directly with the Federal Transit Administration by filing a complaint with the FTA Office of Civil Rights. Attention, Title VI Program Coordinator, East Building, 5th floor, TCR, 1200 New Jersey Avenue, Southeast, Washington, D.C., 20590. A complainant may file a complaint directly with the Federal Highway Administration by filing a complaint with the FHWA Office of Civil Rights. Attention, Title VI Program Coordinator, 8th floor, E81-105, 1200 New Jersey Avenue, Southeast, Washington, D.C., 20590. Also, I wanted to mention, we have a voluntary post-meeting survey. We're going to be posting the web address on our chat option, so it's easier for anyone to access, and our civil rights information as well. Link is here. We'll be posting it to our chat option. I want to actually mention again that recording of this presentation will be posted to YouTube after the event, and that closed captioning, including non-English translation options, are available on Zoom and YouTube. So where is the project? The project is located in the town of Enfield. It's between exit 48 and 49. It's here we're showing it right in the middle of the illustration. It's right where Grape Brook is, and it's bridge number 5585. And here is an aerial view of the project site. Here we're showing actually two structures. We're showing the overflow structure, which is 5578 to the north, and and then our project, which is 5585, which is on this toward the bottom, or on the south side of the view that you have in front of you. So the components of a bridge. So I just want to mention first that we call a bridge any structure that is greater than 6 feet. So we refer to as bridges. You're going to hear also in the presentation talking about culvert as well. So it's any structure over 6 feet, we're going to call it a bridge. So in this case here, it's just to show, it's an illustration to show where the road is and where the structures, for the most part, they are located. You can see the end wall, and it's basically a wall surrounding the pipe, is supporting the pipe. And then we have the wing walls are supporting the embankment. And the pipe invert, which is the lowest point of the pipe in this case, but it's where basically where the water flow is. And now Dan Pinto is going to be presenting the existing condition for this project. Thank you.
Thanks, Leslie. I'm Daniel Pinto, liaison engineer with BL Companies, and we're going to go over the existing structure, bridge number 5585. The original structure is a 132-foot long, 12-foot 10-inch by 8-foot 3-inch asphalt-coated corrugated metal plate arch, which you will hear us refer to as a culvert or pipe throughout the presentation. This culvert was constructed in 1960. The average daily traffic, or ADT, along the main line is approximately 85,100 vehicles. These are based on the department's 2020 counts shown in the CTDOT Traffic Monitoring Station viewer. The overflow structure, bridge number 5578, will not be rehabilitated or replaced. It is in good condition and will be used to convey Grape Brook during construction. This slide shows some photos taken of the existing culvert. On the left is a photo looking at the outlet, in this photo, you can see the concrete head wall and wing walls. And on the right photo, this is looking through the culvert. And I would like you to note the evidence of rusting. Now we are looking at a few photos of Grape Brook. On the left is a photo looking upstream or east from the inlet of the structure. And on the right is looking downstream or west from the outlet of the structure. Now we are looking at the overflow structure, bridge number 5578. On the left is a photo of the inlet of this overflow structure, and on the right is the outlet. Bridge number 5578 will remain and will not be rehabilitated or replaced. Zooming in on the inlet view, we again see bridge 5578, which will remain. And bridge 5585, the project subject bridge, which will be replaced. The purpose and need of this project is to address the structural deficiencies. The culvert is rated a 3 on a scale which is out of 9. This means that the culvert is in serious condition and requires CTDOT attention. This is due to the corrugated metal plate arch exhibiting areas of moderate to heavy laminar rust and scattered perforations along the bottom and corner plates. There are 3 photos along the bottom of this slide. The left is showing laminar rust to the corrugated metal plate arch. The middle photo shows perforations to the invert and along the bottom corner plates. And the right photo shows an isolated incident of spalling at the outlet. In the next slides, we will review the proposed replacement plan for the culvert, and I will pass it over to Mike Woods.
Thanks, Dan. Hi, everyone. My name is Michael Woods with BL Companies, and as Leslie introduced us, I am one of the bridge engineers with BL Companies here. Just want to reorient everyone quickly before we get into the proposed conditions out here. We were previously introducing the project where the top of our screen was north. We have now rotated everything about 90 degrees. So north is actually to the right of your screen, south on the left, east is the bottom, and west is the top. So in this view here, we have tried to make things a little bit simpler for everybody. In orange is our proposed structure. This is a new 12-foot wide by 10-foot tall precast concrete box culvert. It will replace bridge 5585 in its entirety, and we'll actually be shortening the length of the bridge. In purple and to the right or north of our subject bridge is bridge 5578, as both Dan and Leslie alluded to earlier in the presentation. It is, again, to the north, and it will remain in place. It is not being rehabbed or replaced as part of this project and will be used during construction to handle flows. In our, we'll say, darker gray limits shaded here is the limits of full depth roadway reconstruction of I-91. As we're doing the replacement of our subject bridge, we will have to excavate the roadway and replace the full depth. We also have some milling limits that's shown in yellow, and that's where they take a little bit of the pavement up and then repave it to try and make a smooth transition from existing pavement to new pavement. In green is the existing median separating the 2 directions of I-91. That will be temporarily removed and replaced as part of this project. In this view, we have the upstream elevation view, or the east view. This is us looking west now at the structure. Dan Pinto went through and we saw that image of 5578 with the close proximity to bridge 5585. In this image, you can see where we have the new structure in orange and the old structure in purple. Again, on the left, we have our new box culvert, 12-foot wide, 10-foot tall, 10-foot tall. And then in brown is our new traffic barrier, which will keep vehicles from essentially falling off the roadway, as we see on most bridges out there. And this is our cross-section view. My favorite analogy for this image is we're looking at the bridge as if we were thinking of the bridge as a piece of cake, and we're slicing the cake and pulling out that piece and seeing all of the layers in there. Here we have 3 lanes of, sorry, I got a little background noise here. We have 3 lanes of traffic in each direction for 91, both north and south. We will maintain that existing configuration in the proposed conditions. Same with the existing width. We are restoring the existing conditions out there. I-91 northbound has a 10-foot right shoulder and an 8-foot left shoulder, and 91 southbound has an 8-foot left shoulder and 12-foot right shoulder. On the 91 southbound side, we do have an existing noise barrier wall that will be restored as part of this project. All right, so how is this going to be built and how is this going to impact traffic? And I think that's what the majority of people on the call are interested in. So we'll be performing construction in 3 stages out here, and we will be shifting traffic in those stages. Maintaining 3 lanes of I-91 traffic in each direction for a majority of construction. In this view is stage 1, where we have traffic shifted to the west. And again, just orienting everyone, north is to the right of our screen, or the right side of our screen, excuse me, south is to the left. On our next slide here, we have a zoomed in version where we can see our work area highlighted in pink, and then orange shows the limits of the proposed structure constructed in stage 1. Purple is the existing that's remaining part of that stage. In stage 2, we now create this center stage where we have I-91 northbound traffic shifting to our east there. 91 southbound traffic is staying in its previously shifted location, and we're doing all of our work in this center stage. Again, in this zoomed in version, we can see our work area with traffic on both sides of the work zone. And you can slowly see our new bridge is getting bigger and bigger with a larger orange area. And then our last stage here, stage 3, we have all of the traffic shifted to the east. Again, 3 lanes in each direction while we finish up the rest of the construction on the west side there. And then in our zoomed in version, again, our pink work area, and the last third of our bridge, and then the downstream wing walls and end walls there. During construction, we will also have some work that is done prior to those stages that we just presented. And in order to facilitate some of that work, we have to construct temporary access roads. Shown here is the temporary access road for the upstream side. And this will allow for the contractor to access the existing structures and to hold, store material, equipment near the project site without impacting vehicular traffic. And then shown here, we have our downstream temporary access road. Similar idea as the upstream one. And again, it's to allow the contractor access to the outlet of the culvert, as well as a place to store materials and equipment on site while they're working. On this slide, unfortunately, it's kind of wordy, but that's what we need to do to present some of the information. So just hitting some hard facts on this project. We have some utilities as part of this project. The existing highway median luminaires will be replaced. They will be maintained for construction. But when we do those traffic shifts, our medians are getting adjusted. So we do have to remove and then replace those luminaires. In close proximity to our bridge, we do have a town-owned sanitary sewer main, but that will be protected in place and not be impacted as part of this project. We do also have environmental permits. They are listed on the screen here. We have a U.S. Army Corps pre-construction notification, Connecticut DEEP pre-construction notification general permit for Connecticut, a CTDEEP flood management certificate, a CTDEEP inland wetland general permit, and a FEMA post-construction letter of map revision. Additionally, as part of this project, there are no impacts to rights-of-way anticipated. All right, cost and schedule. So the anticipated construction cost at this time is $7.2 million, which will be funded with 100% state funds. No town funding is required for this project. We are expecting construction to begin in the spring of 2026 and to be completed the following fall 2027. And now I'll be handing the presentation off to Jennifer Usher, who will be the MC for this evening's Q&A session.
All right. Thank you so much, Mike. Good evening. As Mike mentioned, my name is Jennifer Usher. I am also with BL Companies, and I will be serving as your MC for tonight's Q&A session. Just a reminder, there are several ways that you can get in contact with us. The preferred method of communication for tonight's event would be by the Q&A chat if you've joined us via Zoom. If you've joined us through YouTube, you'll need to use the email and phone options that you see there on your screen. The email and phone options will actually be open until October 10th when we'll close the comment period. So you can contact us that way or contact the project team should you have any questions that come up after this presentation. And let's see, with that, we are going to start our Q&A session. Looks like we've already got a couple questions in, so fantastic. The first question is someone asking if the culvert is inspected routinely. I am going to hand that over to Daniel Pinto with BL Companies.
Thank you, Jennifer, and great question there. I'm Daniel Pinto with BL Companies, as mentioned before. So the Department of Transportation performs routine conditional bridge assessments or inspections on each bridge in the state every 2 years. And as mentioned on our purpose and need slide, bridge number 5585 was last inspected on December 21st of 2022.
All right, thank you so much, Daniel. I appreciate that response. Hopefully that answered that person's question. Let's see, we'll go to our next question. This person is asking, will the town be required to contribute to the funding of the project? And I am going to push that question over to Michael Woods.
Thank you, Jennifer. Another good question, certainly for the folks of Enfield here. Currently, this is scheduled to be funded with 100% state funds. There is no funding required for the town. With all the new federal money coming in, there may be an opportunity for the department to utilize that, but currently scheduled for use of 100% state funds.
Yeah, absolutely. So no funding needed from the town or the local residents. Thank you so much, Mike. Just want to take a minute before we answer the next question or go to the next question. Again, just a reminder that there are several ways for you to contact us. The preferred method would be the Zoom Q&A chat if you can utilize that, which it looks like most folks are. So thank you, very much appreciate it. But you can also contact us by phone by leaving a message at 860-594-2020, or you can send us an email at dotproject48-200@ct.gov. And with that, I will move to the next question that just came in. We have someone asking if the project team has coordinated with the town to discuss the project. And I believe Daniel's going to answer that question.
Yes, thank you, Jennifer. So yes, that's also a great question. Thank you very much for inputting it. And so the answer is yes, coordination with the town has occurred, the town of Enfield, and will continue throughout the design process.
Thank you, Dan. And I'll just add a little bit to Dan's response there. It will certainly continue throughout design. Absolutely. It will actually continue into construction. So the project, once it is fully designed and we have final design plans that are ready to go out to bid, the project will then actually be assigned to the construction district. They will then take responsibility for the project, and they will continue to coordinate with the town as well, providing any notifications so that the town can share that information, through the media channels that they may have as well. So that will all be provided during that. All right, and let's move to our next question. We have someone asking, let's see, are the bridge and Interstate 91 safe to drive on? Great question. And I'm going to hand that to Mike Woods.
Thank you, Jennifer. Another good question. So as Dan mentioned previously about the inspection, all bridges in the state get inspected every 2 years. And if they are starting to look a little rough shape, then we start inspecting them more and more frequently. Anytime there's any concern that a bridge is not safe to drive on, the department will close that bridge to prevent people from driving on it. As weird as it sounds, even if it was 91, they would close it and take immediate action to address that situation. So this project is, on current schedule, everything is safe. No one needs to worry driving north and south on 91 there. So thank you. Good question.
Thank you so much for that response, Mike. All right, just take a second again, and we'll get to the rest of the questions here shortly. We do have a project webpage that will be up and again available through October 10th at the very least. That project webpage is off of DOT's website, and it can be found at the web address that you see at the bottom of that slide, which is https://portal.ct.gov/DOT Enfield 48-200. So again, you can visit that webpage. It has some additional information that you may find helpful. I believe it also contains the email address that you can reach the project team at as well. So some more ways to get in contact with us. All right, we got more questions coming in. This is great. All right, it looks like, okay, that one was answered. So we are asking, or someone is asking, sorry, if utility service, okay, will be interrupted to nearby residents. I can actually take this question, having participated in some of the early utility coordination. So kind of mentioned in the presentation was that there is a sanitary sewer main, a rather large sanitary sewer main that is owned and operated by the Enfield Water Pollution Control Authority. That sewer main is in service, will remain in service during construction. The plan is to protect it in place, and there's a few different ways that the contractor can do that. And the rest of the utilities that are in that area will not be affected at all. So no interruption to utility service, including no interruption to sanitary service. And I will move on to our next question. We have someone asking a great question. They're asking if this will increase the flooding downstream. And I'm just going to see, am I going to hand this over to Dan or Dave? It looks like I'm handing it to Dan. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I can take that one.
Thank you.
And our hydraulic engineer, Dave Chicha, is also on the call if you would like to chime in, Dave. But essentially, no, there will be no increase in the flooding downstream. The proposed replacement of bridge number 5585 is sized to essentially match the existing hydraulic opening and maintain the existing flow conditions. It was a very good question. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan. And that's something that we've worked really closely with the town on, because that was something that I know the town was very focused on to make sure. So just want to put that out there as well. And let's see. All right, we got another question that has come in. This person is asking if Interstate 91 will be open to through traffic during construction. And again, I am going to go back to Dan.
Thank you, Jennifer. Another great question here. But essentially, yes, as we explained, as Mike went through the staged construction, yes, 3 lanes of traffic will be maintained in each direction throughout construction. And yeah, that was definitely something we wanted to ensure, given that this section of Interstate 91 is very busy, and we acknowledge that.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was one of the things that I will say that the department and BL companies really focused in on when we were developing this alternative. One of the things that we are going to be using is this concrete box culvert, which I don't know if anyone's heard of this term, but does fall under what's known as ABC construction, which stands for accelerated bridge construction. So we will be using precast units, which will be brought to the site and then placed in their location as needed, and it happens very quickly. So it really reduces the impact to traffic. But as Dan mentioned, we're going to be maintaining 3 lanes in either direction throughout construction. We do anticipate that there may be some temporary shoulder closures, but that shouldn't impact traffic. So just a little bit more information on that. And let's see, I have another question that has come in, and this person is asking why the concrete box was chosen. And I'm going to send that over to Mike to answer.
Jennifer, you kind of stole my thunder on
I'm
this
so
one.
sorry. It's a great question, though.
But yeah, so a lot of the reasons Jennifer just mentioned are the reasons that we, we chose a concrete box culvert out here. It is precast, it's cast off site. So basically when they come to site, they're able to pick these things up, set them in place, backfill, pave, and it allows for construction to move quicker than if they're out there, they're pouring concrete, they got to wait for it to cure. And, just some of those things, when you're working on a 91, you don't want to wait. You want to try and get in and get out as quick as you can. And that is one of the primary reasons why we chose a concrete box culvert out here. And then Dan had alluded to another reason when he was talking about the flooding downstream. So this does simulate the similar flow conditions as the existing, which is another benefit.
Yeah, and just kind of adding a little bit to what Mike just said too, concrete is a great material. It has a really long service life. So this is something that, is put in today. We're not going to have to revisit for a very, very long time. So that's just another kind of added benefit of using that concrete box. All right, let's see. I am not seeing any other questions come in. I'm just going to give it a few seconds here to see if anyone wants to add in any last minute comments or questions. And why I do that, I will just go over this quickly again. Several ways. Again, you can contact us. The comment period will be open until October 10th. Please feel free to reach the project team by voicemail or by phone, and just leaving a voicemail. Just mention the project 48-200. That will help us identify who the voicemail needs to get to, as well as you can reach us through email. If you have any questions or want more information, please visit the project webpage. And again, if you wouldn't mind just taking a few minutes, we do have a voluntary post-meeting survey. Put that in the webinar chat on Zoom that you can visit. If you're joining us through YouTube, you can get to that meeting survey link by visiting the project webpage that you see there. And let's see, I don't think I see any more questions coming in. So just want to thank everyone for joining us this evening. We really appreciate it. And appreciate you taking some time out of your evening. Appreciate any feedback you might be able to give us. And with that, we're looking forward to bringing this project to completion. So thank you again. Appreciate it. Take care.